And we're live for another Beaver Pumper podcast. We got a special episode tonight. We've got a nice, fun bottom 8 recap episode with a special guest, Tina Bell. And it's Dave's cousin who's going to be joining us shortly. And we're going to get it kicked off in a few moments here. So I'm just going to set up everything for the chat and we'll get talking about the bottom 8 this weekend. Let some people get on here. Okay, we're starting to get the viewers in now. Good. There we go. There, I can see it. Okay, so we got some comments coming in now. We've got Paul in, CJ Twine, Fred Belanger, Craig Sublier just came in. Awesome. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Awesome. So so let's kick it off with some of the recaps. So we've got the first match of the bottom 8 was between Sublier and Evan Burgoyne, and that was a pretty funky match. Now it ended up being that Evan won 3 times in a row, and he ended up going into the strap a couple times, and then ended up winning the last one in a hook, and it was a pretty entertaining one. And then match 2 was between Juji and French Arm Wrestling King. And it was pretty funny. Juji put on his little his beaver squirrel hat, but it was a beaver for the day hat. Everybody remember that one. That was pretty funny. So what were your thoughts, Dave, on that matchup? Were you
Well, the match it came up, like I said, 3 months ago, and I trained as hard as I could. I pumped like tons of beaver. I gained 13 pounds. I thought I stood a chance, but met a stronger man at that night, and I get my hat off to Juji, and I'm learning in the sport, and I just like to thank for the opportunity. But Juji had a real strong hand, and you've seen what happened.
Oh yeah, but you gave him a good fight though. I think that was pretty awesome.
Well, when I touched my balls with his hand, I sort of gained a bit of power there. I felt it getting weaker. But very strong, very nice guy too.
Oh yeah, Juji and Tom, where we had a chance to shoot the breeze with them a little bit, and had a chance to talk to Tom for a bit too, and then I got a chance to lock up with Juji and get a picture and talk about a potential future episode, which will be pretty exciting. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. So match 3, it was between Bowen and Gabi, and that was quite the surprise. I think after all those years of trash, and Gabi definitely got slammed 3 times, and there wasn't much of a fight with his bad hand. But later on, he ended up clearing him out with his left, which was Ryan doesn't train his left as hard, and Gabi's a lefty, like dominant, so he's got a super strong left, and that was a fun round. And then so match 4 was between Laba and Artem, and that one was a lot of fun. You got Laba, who's like 315 pounds, and Artem's like 190, like $190. it's quite a weight difference. But Artem had has a lot more experience, and he is Russian, and he ended up blowing through him, and I think it surprised a lot of people. I don't think anybody expected that matchup to be so dominated, but it was pretty crazy. And I mean, the final match. This is the one thing that I noted that I thought was super funny, was that Artem was going to pull him by holding onto his wrist like this as a joke, and they didn't end up letting it go. But I think that would have been super freaking funny. But it ended up going to straps, and then Lab had gotten a couple fouls, and he had a running foul and then had a foul off that. So he actually technically lost the match there, but Artem let it pass, and they ended up going to the strap. And unfortunately, that's the point where Laba ended up tearing his elbow and hurting himself that night, and that was very unfortunate. He ended up in quite a bit of pain throughout the night, and definitely not fun, And then ended up going to the B side of the sort of preliminaries after that. Now it was the first of that was your match with Craig.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think Craig is a beast. I felt his shoulders like this, or I gave him a little back rub, like a little ball rub on his back.
Oh yeah.
All I could feel is steel. The guy's like well conditioned. The Gobby said he has the strongest hand in the whole tournament, strongest drive. It might not say hand, but drive.
Wow.
And I have a lot of respect for Craig.
Oh yeah.
He's great for arm wrestling.
Oh yeah.
But
absolutely.
I think Craig was a bit soft on the old Beaver there, and he let me take a match. There's no doubt, but I appreciate it. It's my first competition, and at my age, my weight at 3 months. But
hey,
man, I love Craig.
Hey, there's no discounting the work you put in. You pump the Beavers, buddy. You pump the Beavers, and you had your balls out, buddy, the whole time.
But let's just look at the size of Craig and the size of his heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
pulled my hardest with Craig. Gave it my all. That's all I had.
Hey, awesome.
Love it.
Oh, Craig says that he loves you, buddy.
Love you, Craig.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Well, I got my first win, anyways.
Hey, yeah. Your first little match, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, and he put on such a good show though. That was wicked. Greg, you're the best, buddy.
Yeah.
Love you. And then there was the next match after that was Gabi and Laba, which was another kind of awkwardly proportioned one, because you got the biggest guy in the tournament versus the smallest, and ends up that Gabi ended up hitting him hard, and then taking the win right off the hop, not knowing that Laba had hurt himself, and then Laba ended up having to concede the last couple rounds. It was a rough one, poor guy. Hoping that he gets a good quick recovery from that, and like to see him back at it soon. Yeah, we're hoping to get him back on the show soon too. And so then it ended up going to the A side of the preliminaries there, and it was Bowen versus Bad Company. Now this was a very pivotal match in the bottom 8 there, because they were the ones that had the biggest backing, and it was definitely a lot of people favored Evan, and ends up that Evan won the first round too. He ended up going through, getting that first win, and then the match 2 they ended up going straight to the strap. and ends up that Bowen caught his hit and then managed to kind of squeeze out the win and tied it up. And that was that was a big turning point. And then after that, Evan ended up fouling out and ended up slipping a couple times, and then they ended up going to strap, and Evan ended up hitting hard and ended up getting that win. And then they ended up going to match 4, and then there was another slip, and then they went to the strap, and then Bowen ended up evening it up. And then after that, they ended up going into their match 5, and they ended up going in the hook for that match out of the straps, and then he ended up losing to Bowen there, and Bowen ended up moving on to the finals instead of Evan. And I think that was like just crazy because the amount of tension and energy in the building during that matchup was just through the roof. It was awesome. People were just cheering and freaking out.
You know what? I've seen lots of live competitions, and the bottom 8 had more screaming.
Oh, yeah.
Fans like I've never seen, and screaming. And I was standing right in front of Mike Gold. Mike Gold was right back with that deep voice.
Yeah. See him there too. Yeah.
Gold's a huge guy, and he was yelling right behind my ear there, so I just sort of crunched down a bit.
Oh yeah.
Big man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And Bradley Burgoyne saying it's a great match to study and pay attention to the rounds 2 and 4, and I have to agree. It was. It was one of those. I mean, I remember I think it was the round 4 where he was like bringing his elbow up, like fouling on purpose and shit. It was pretty funny. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, that was it was quite the match, and I think it was.
All I could say on that is rematch.
Yeah, I think rematch definitely sounds right because you know, I think you know, especially after all the trashing from Gobby, I think it really shows how much Ryan has come up. Like, he is freaking strong. Like, yeah, man. Like, I think that's you know, I think
rematch.
Yeah, I think a rematch would be fantastic, and yeah. I can see that rematch definitely coming up. Now the next match was between Juji and Artem, and that was another actually kind of a close match. That was super fun. Juji ended up winning the first match, and then the next one Artem won. And then there was they went for the third match, and then they ended up slipping, and then they ended up going into the straps, and then Juji ended up winning in the straps. But I think he ended up getting I don't know if he had a running foul or ended up fouling out with that. Then Artem ended up winning with a top roll in match 4, and then on match 5, Juji ended up having a running foul and then elbow fouled again and lost the round. But that was a very, like, actually kind of a surprisingly close match. And Artem's a tank. He surprised everybody. Like, well, I mean, everybody knows he's strong, but like, he really surprised people. And I think this is also one where it goes to show how good Juji is. You know, because I think you know when you're going up against somebody that's grew up with it. He's from Russia. He's been pulling for years, and Juji's relatively new to the sport, and still managed to catch a win in there and still hold his own. So I think that's pretty awesome, and I think that like with Juji continuing his arm wrestling training and pulling all these different people, he's gonna be a solid up and comer in the sport for sure. And I'm excited to see where he goes. And Artem, buddy, holy, you're fucking beast, buddy. Now, then it went to the bottom of the bottom 8, and that was you versus Laba. And Laba with his running injury, and Laba ended up still winning, but like, you know, he's a big man with a lot of experience, and you know, you managed to win the bottom of the bottom 8, buddy.
Well,
Look at that cool trophy there.
The trophy's right here. Devin Larat, bottom 8. John Mill and Devin Larat. They put this together as a joke, and these guys brought so many smiles to people's faces, and great sport. And that fight I had against Laba left me in it, so I got to use my angles a bit, and Hitman Ford was yelling in the back of my head there, keep her arm in, stop opening up, and
yeah.
But again, the size matters. 320 pounds. I don't care if he's injured. Back 320 pounds, but you know, my balls are on the table.
Oh yeah.
My heart. I want to do the best, but I couldn't do it. But I did my best. I put my balls on the table.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. And I mean,
and I'm proud of this. Not just it's last place, but it's the experience of being the bottom 8.
Exactly. But not only that, but I think last place is like an iconic position in this tournament.
It is.
Like, it is the bottom 8, man. It's like, it's iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got lots of people they're commenting that a lot of people my size, my age wouldn't even try this because of the arm breaks and muscle tears. I did it. I'm a trapper. I open steel traps. My mom was the fastest skinner. My dad was the fastest skinner. I proved myself. I'm not hurt. I'm back at work. I'm going to be pumping beavers this week, boys. I'm coming back.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's going to be looking forward to that, buddy.
I love the sport.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now I'm just going to go back on comments a little bit here because it looks like there's so yeah, Evan Burgoyne is questioning the rematch. Come on, buddy. Rematch versus Bowen, buddy. You got to do it. Yeah. Jonathan's saying hello.
Anyways, like, when you're ready, I got a few things to say when you're ready.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, now there was just a comment. Fred Belanger mentioned that you know, if Juji had gone to the straps again, he would have won, and I agree with that comment. I definitely agree with that because he did great.
Judy's strong, really strong.
Oh yeah. And then CJ Twine said that he's an athlete, like a great athlete, and there's no doubt about that, and that it does transfer. It sure does. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you see what you got to say, buddy.
Anyways, me and my queen JoJo walked into Jimmy's bar Friday night. We were the only one from the bottom 8 to be there. Friday night we got in there. I had my fur hat on. I walked in to Jimmy's bar. There was about 15, 20 people there, and they all knew who I was. And he said, "The King!" And I didn't know what to think. Like, I go, oh my God, like, I'm a little French guy, like, I'm a trapper. And all of a sudden, like, I go sit down, and William Louis Morris, he said, "Hi, David, how you doing?" And I says, "Good." And he says, "I'm the guy that's donating the gold coin." And we shook hands. We had about 3 beers together. And then JoJo said, "No more beer for the King," because they're messing tomorrow. So he poured my beer into his beer and then made a big foam thing. We had a big...
Nice. It's like a bubble bath with beer.
Water. Made for the bottom 8. We all had our own T-shirts. And okay. We're back?
Oh, yeah. It sounded like you'd cut out there for a minute.
Yeah. Anyways, then the owner, Jimmy, he came over and he bought us a beer and met Jimmy, and he spoke with Devin Lorette and him in the Army. And we had a great night. And that's all I wanted to say about Friday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that Friday night sounded like a great time.
Yeah.
I know you said you met Jody's dad, too.
Oh, yeah, Jody's dad showed up. I was going for a piss there. Jody's dad goes, how you doing? I go, not bad. I'm the French king. And he shook my head and goes, well, I'm Jody's dad. I go, holy geez, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about his elbow problems and that and stuff like that. And
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get Tina on here.
Right.
So I'm going to go and get that set up. There we go. She should be joining shortly. There. Oh, there she is. Okay. Tina, how's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Very good. Very good.
The beast bell.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Good. This is my cousin Tina. She came up to Kingston and she pulled in the Women's Open, and she came second place, and I'm very proud of her. She got beat by the Hitman's wife. That was it.
Yeah.
But she did lost her first match. Then she won 3 in a row, and she lost in the finals. But what a beast!
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh
Thanks,
yeah.
Dave.
It was great watching you.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
So how was your matches there? Do you have any memories of your matches?
Well, I really didn't know what to expect because I obviously have never done it before. And I thought, well, heck, why not? I have nothing to lose. But I was really surprised at how much of a technical sport it is. I had no idea. I thought it was just, you grab each other's hands and try to pin them to the table and that was it. But when I talked to, Dave was giving me some tips and you, Trevor, and, and I was really surprised with the technical aspect of it. But yeah, it was good. It was a great experience. I'm glad I did it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you have a lot of power, though. You have a lot of power.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Leg up,
no doubt.
And my God, I go.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't reach the
like
ground.
Like a natural. Yeah.
So, what was like the whole tournament? How did you like it?
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I thought that the energy in the room was just amazing. Like it was great. Everybody was super friendly. Even, the chirping back and forth was a lot of fun, and, to listen to that a little bit. And I said, wow, it's not what I expected. It really wasn't. I thought it was, quite honestly, I thought I was going to go watch Dave and then kind of, check out and, just go to show my support. But I loved it. Obviously, I stayed the whole day, and yeah, it was awesome.
It's infectious. That's what it is. Like I say, if you haven't been to a tournament before, and this is my first tournament too, and I have that exact sentiment. Like, why haven't I gone to a tournament yet? Exactly. So this is I'm pumped for the next.
Yeah, I was really surprised. The other thing that surprised me was that yes, I see that size did play a factor, but I was really surprised that some of the smaller guys were able to really hold their own against some of the bigger guys. That surprised me too.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a factor, but it's just one of those where if you train hard enough and you've got good technique and you get good locks and you practice and there's ways around power. There's ways around size, and they're not easy, but it is possible.
Yeah.
Well, when I started pulling, I had lots of pain in my arm and that, but you just have to work through it, and the pain goes away.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sore yesterday, but today I was a little bit tender. My arm hurt a little bit, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can tell I did a little bit more.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a few days for pain to kind of kick in, right? Yeah.
Anyways, I want to talk a bit about the Freedom Table. The matches they had on there, as Matt Smith and Gobby were amazing. I watched their matches. I don't know, like if you've seen that match, Tina, but that was an amazing match on the Freedom Table.
Yeah.
And Mohinder, he won the Black Spike Award, and Mohinder is amazing on that table. He was just amazing.
Oh,
the light old Mohinder, amazing arm wrestler. Yeah, and so like when I seen my cousin there backing me up, and I went up against the 240-pound, one of the most athletic men in the whole world. I had my balls on the table. I really wanted to win for Tina, but Tina, I gave it my best.
Oh, I know you did, Dave.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have taken that match. I probably would have ran the other direction.
Well, you bought me for $100, and I really appreciate it. It's all for donation.
For sure.
And thank you very much.
Oh, anytime, Dave. Yeah, it was awesome. And like I said, I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Well, hopefully there's another one next year. I'd like to go just watch it. It'd be a great experience. But I'll definitely go next year to watch it.
Yeah.
I have 8 new guys. And if there's, like, if I could have a super match with somebody, I'm in. I'm going to train I got a year to train. I'm going to be a stronger, older, and wiser trapper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you got your table now. You've got, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to doing some training with you too. And we're going to be having some fun this year. Tina, how about you? Are you thinking of joining some locals and doing some training down there?
I don't know. No, like I said, it was great. I had a lot of fun, but I don't know about that.
A lot of power.
Yeah, come on. There, and Marie said, "Oh, sorry, I'll let you go."
Okay, sorry. Go.
Oh, okay. It was just Marie said that the bottom 8 needs women too, and then like a female bottom 8. I think that's a pretty cool idea. What do you think?
Yeah, that's an idea.
Yeah.
We'll get Marie. We'll get Marie pulling.
Hey, that sounds good. Let's see what she thinks. How about Lillian too? We'll get them all in there. I'll even get my mom. My mom used to pull at the carnival. We got to get them all in it.
There you go.
Yeah. I say we do that. That'd be awesome.
And we all got to meet so many of the top arm wrestlers. Like I said, there was Evan, freaking Burgoyne Bad Company, Mike Gold, Juji, Subier, Laba. There was Artem, the Spy Artem, and we can't forget Bowen, Blue Bowen. That guy, the face of arm wrestling. That guy, like, he's so friendly, and
he's awesome.
We gave him the Beaver Pumper shirt. He wore it right away.
Yeah,
on his back it goes. And there's a lot of yellow shirts out there that night. Thank you for all the support. We sold lots of T-shirts, and whoever won the sealskin that I donated, signed by the bottom 8. I hope that these guys have it on the wall at home.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
to thank what's his name? Someone, Ty Bond, for match of the night. He gave it to me and Laba, $500. We got to split that. And,
good.
we put $50 back into the charity.
Me
and Laba. And also, he also had the prize for Mohinder Singh,
Yeah.
the black spike. He donated that too, and he
Oh,
gave
great.
like my girlfriend Jojo a necklace with the bear claw on it. So he's a
Oh,
very
that's
nice.
sweet. Yeah. Oh, Attila there. He's awesome. I got a chance to talk to him too and hang out with him a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to because he's interested in coming on the show, and I think that'd be a lot of fun because you guys have a lot of similar stories, and you are because he's coming from a place where he's an older guy coming back into arm wrestling, and yeah, like I think that'd be fun.
So
Yeah.
Tina, you supported the French King, so for that, I'm going to get you a piece of fur.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Yeah,
It's
you're going to
awesome.
have fur for your house.
Thank you. That's awesome. I'd love that.
Second place, my God, you got
Mm-hmm.
beat. I
Yeah.
don't understand this.
Out of
You got
nowhere.
beat, and you're from the army, so it
Yeah.
looks like you figured it out because that's what the army people do. They figure out a way. It's a task. They figure it out, and you all of a sudden you had your leg on the table. You're pushing with your leg. You
Yeah.
beat the person that beat you. Then you won twice after that again. And I go, my God, is this real? And then you turn around and you lose against the hitman's wife.
Yeah.
Like the hitman, Ford, is one of the best of arm wrestlers at 170, 180 pounds. And his wife,
Mm-hmm.
like, my God, what a battle.
Oh yeah.
I was yelling
That was a lot of
for
fun.
her. I was screaming.
Yeah. I heard that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was recording the matches and just going, yeah, go Tina.
I just
Go. Yeah.
I found before when I was watching all the other matches, I was just trying to, soak in as much as I could, try to learn a little bit, and
Yeah.
and just the little tips that Dave and yourself, Trevor, gave me, they helped.
They
They
helped.
definitely did because I
Good.
had no idea like what I was doing, and quite honestly, I think I would have probably turned my body sideways because I wouldn't have known any better not to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
like I barely know what I'm doing, so I give minor advice, but
It helped though. It was good.
hey, good.
Now, Jim Barr had a great band too. Great
Oh, yeah.
band.
Yes, they were good.
Yeah, that band was
Freedom.
rocking.
And well, like I said, that's all. Like my queen Jojo and I would like to bow to everybody. Thank you from the king. And next year I'll go, and if I'm not in it, I'll be there anyways. Fur hat and all. But I want one next year. I'll support it. 100%.
Perfect.
Yeah. And Tina, thanks for coming on.
Yes, thank you.
You're a sweetheart. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And
Want to see you next year, Tina? Come on, train.
Think about it. Train.
We'll see.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so we're going to. I just want to talk a bit more about the whole experience, and me and Jojo, like, it's Devin Larad and his wife, the way they treated everybody, it was like gold. And like Devin was arm wrestling, and then he got the picture of all of us, and again the king was lifted by Bad Company over his head, and I was put on Bad Company's shoulders for the picture. I'm like the mascot now with him, but this time he says, "Hurry up! I think the king's getting a hard on."
Oh, that's funny.
Bad Company had to take me off there, like the picture was done. But I want to say that I'm a part of Bad Company's team now in Pembroke, and I'm going to be working with him and his crew and I asked him if I could still work out with him. He said sure, and
Awesome.
I love you, big guy. And
Yeah.
if it wasn't for them and Neville Beachy, I I wouldn't have done this.
Mhm.
They gave me the opportunity. I learned a lot. I was there for like 3 hours. Um, I had 5 beers, and I pulled about 15 people. My arm was dead when I went home, but I was
Yeah.
the happiest. I had a smile on my face, And
Mhm.
thanks a lot, Bad Company. There
Hey.
you go. And next time I'll try not to have a hard on.
Yeah, and the next piggyback ride. That speaking of which, I had a funny moment with Evan too. He comes up and he just like walks up behind me and just gives me like a full body hug and just holds me and I'm like, "Hey man, you want a piggyback ride too?" So I give him a piggyback ride. That was pretty funny. And then yeah, oh man, just such a good time with those guys. That was the best time. I had such an awesome weekend too, and yeah, I want to thank everybody. That was just like it's such a warm, welcoming, amazing group of people. Just got to say, like the camaraderie in the sport, and it's just the best.
And Spartan Wellness too. Like they
Yeah,
donated a lot of stuff for Devin Rat, and
yeah.
like I said, William Louis Mara. Um, and there's also Ty Bronze. Like they donated stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure exactly what they donated, but there's money involved and stuff like that. So the
Mm-hmm.
sport needs to get bigger, and everybody that gets into it, that's what this site is for, the average people that arm wrestle too, not just the stars, the
Mm-hmm.
fishermen, the Walmart workers, the person that makes your Tim Hortons donuts, uh, everything.
Oh
Anyways,
yeah.
the show's coming up. This is the bottom eight special, but we have a lot of big people coming up. We have Matt. We got a whole load of people coming up there,
Yeah.
and hopefully to see some of the bottom eight again. Sue Blair and those guys, Bad Company, and that's about all
Mm-hmm.
I got to say. I don't know if you have anything
Yeah.
to
Well,
say.
we've got a few things to wrap up from the comments there. I know Laba says, King, it was a true honor to be around you and your sweetheart of a wife, JoJo. I had a great time and I appreciate the wallet that you gave me and my wife. She loved it too. And yeah,
Yeah,
lots of love back to you, Jonathan. Gotta say, buddy.
Abba's a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Had a great time.
Yeah, and I want to thank the 3 monsters I did, like for taking it easy on this little guy. Those are big guys.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. They
Yeah.
have respect. Arm wrestlers that are good, the professional ones, they're not out to hurt people. Believe it or not, they're not. When they know they're stronger than somebody, they're not going to hurt them because they
Yeah.
respect the sport.
Yeah.
So
And that's the great thing about this. I think everybody wants to see everybody do well and not be hurt.
nobody
You know,
wants a broken arm.
no, nobody does. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
really, one more time, Devin Larat from this little French guy. I love my trophy
yeah,
and the balls. Love it. And Jody, your kids were there. Beautiful family. And Juji, thanks for the opportunity, man. Like you're a rock. Your hand was so strong. I don't know if you're taking the time to watch this, but your hand, what you did to Artem too, was amazing. And Devil
mm-hmm.
Rat said, "Look out for Juji. He could surprise people," and he did.
Oh yeah, for
Blue
sure.
Bowen winning the whole thing. That's an upset, huge upset. And Bad Company, he's still in my heart one of the best arm wrestlers, and
Yeah.
he's my man. So
Hey,
thanks a lot, guys.
awesome. Yes, thanks everybody. That was a fun show. Rock on, and we'll see you guys next week.
Let's do it.
Love yous all. Balls in, balls in,
Balls up.
balls in,
Get your balls
balls
in.
in,
Balls
balls
out. I
in.
got my balls in. Yeah, I got my balls out. You don't even know what you're thinking about. Flip the flip. It's in the strap. Bye for now. From the French Arm Wrestling King. and Trevor.
Rock
Love you,
on.
Trevor. And
Bye.
Trevor,
Love you too,
your
buddy.
wife, too.
Oh
Your
yeah,
wife,
Cynthia. Oh
okay?
yeah. She was
Jojo. Sorry.
I was just gonna say she was a freaking rock star. She managed to handle all the live stream, and then she even took over some of the camera
Amazing.
duties, some of the pictures, and oh yeah, she was a trooper.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
Sean Gaudreau for making it
Sean.
up,
Oh yeah,
and Josh and Carla, and
yeah,
and the people I met, and the people that bought T-shirts that support the Beaver Pumper,
oh
and that
yeah,
support arm wrestling in general. This is about arm wrestling. It's not about Beaver Pumper or Arm Hub. It's about our family of arm wrestling or the other shows.
oh
Let's
yeah.
just enjoy the arm wrestling. Love yous all.
Absolutely, love you. Bye.